Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Director. Certainly you have a job to do, and it just so happens that our job is to make sure that you're doing your job, and that is to protect borrowers. And I will be picking up on some of the line of questioning that was offered earlier, and I apologize in advance if it's repetitive, but some things I just want to make sure that we have clarity on for the purposes of the record, if you'll indulge me. So across my home state of Massachusetts, more than 850,000 people owe $33 billion in student debt. As was alluded to earlier, the Massachusetts 7th District is certainly not an anomaly. This is true for many congressional districts. This debt is acting as a barrier to economic mobility and further exacerbating inequities and economic disparities. It impacts purchasing power, one's ability to start a family, purchase a home, to save for retirement. So there's an individual impact and then a tsunami of hurt, I do believe, on our economy and perhaps for generations. Yes or no, would you agree that we have a student debt crisis in our country?
Certainly growing student debt is a concern that we absolutely need to look at and ensure that people—
Yes or no, would you agree that we have a student debt crisis in this country?
I think that word is a very loaded word, and
I'll take that as a no. Okay. Research has shown that student debt, and particularly defaults and delinquencies, have a disproportionate impact on certain borrowers, particularly Black and Latino. Despite the fact that all federal student loan borrowers have a right under federal law to an affordable student loan payment, the Bureau is responsible for administering fair lending laws, including the Equal Credit Opportunity Act intended to protect consumers, including student loan borrowers, from discrimination by financial service firms. Does the Bureau expect student loan companies, specifically student loan servicers, to abide by these fair lending laws? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. In April 2017, under Director Cordray, the Bureau announced that it was prioritizing oversight of student loan servicers in its fair lending work. Since the Bureau's 2017 announcement, has the CFPB ever informed the public that it is no longer your priority to police discrimination in the student loan servicing market? Yes or no?
I think the precedent, what you are asserting is not perhaps accurate. I think we continue to take actions through the supervisory work and through the enforcement work in this area. The broader challenge is, of course, that the federal government is a very large player in the student loan arena, and so the Department of Education has roles and responsibilities here that have also been given to them by Congress.
Okay, so are you honoring the law or not?
Absolutely, the Bureau continues to operate in this space and identified student loan servicers as a larger participant in the marketplace. The issue is—
and policing specifically discrimination, because this is what I'm really concerned about, that the Bureau is unwilling to take on Betsy DeVos and the student loan industry to obtain the records and data needed to effectively police this potential discrimination or fair lending violations in the student loan market.
So now you're getting to the heart of the matter. I absolutely want to address this issue with the Department of Education. We have a responsibility in statute to have a memorandum of agreement on the issue that you're relating.
Okay.
It's not an MOU that's in place today. It's a conversation that we need to have. I want to have the student loan education ombudsman in place to have that conversation and facilitate a productive working relationship going forward with the Department of Education, so they can carry out their responsibilities and the Bureau can carry out its responsibilities.
Very good. Has any student loan servicer ever relied on the December 2017 memo and refused to provide documents to the Bureau's Office of Supervision, Office of Fair Lending?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the beginning of that? I'm not sure I'm familiar if there's a particular matter.
Okay, so this is the matter that you said was getting at the heart of the matter. In December 2017, the Department of Education sent a memo to all the private sector companies it contracts with to perform student loan servicing. The memo specifically instructed these firms to stop sending documents to third parties, which in turn blocks state law enforcement officials, such as attorney generals, from accessing key records. You familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Has any student loan servicer ever relied on this December 2017 memo and refused to provide documents to the Bureau's Office of Supervision or Office of Fair Lending? Yes or no?
I do not know the answer to that question. We can certainly find out.
Thank you.
Gentle lady.